You did everything right. You got the credit score to over 700. You paid on time. You got your utilization low. You built a clean profile. And then you applied for business funding and got approved for maybe 10K when you needed 75K. So you're sitting there thinking, what did I do wrong? The answer? Nothing. Your score isn't the problem, but I'm about to show you what actually is. And this is going to change how you think about business funding or any kind of funding forever. So my name is Chess. I've helped over 200 plus business owners secure 75 to 150K plus in business funding repeatedly. I've personally secured well over 400K in business funding for my own businesses. And what I discovered is that there's a massive gap between what people think determines funding approvals and what actually determines it. And most people, they think it's the credit score. It's just vanity. It's not. The score is the entry ticket. What determines how much you actually get approved for? It's completely different today. It's what's under the hood. And today I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly what that is with the real data from 2026 lending patterns that I get from my relationship bankers. And here's what's happening right now in 2026. You walk into the bank with a 710 credit score. Your neighbor, how they walk in with a 710 credit score too. You both have clean history. No late payments, no collections, same scores, same profile on the surface. But one gets you approved for 25K and the other they get approved for 75. Same scores, but different results. Why is this? It's because the score is just one piece of the puzzle, and the banks are actually looking at how your profile is structured, what accounts are on it, what order they are applying for, and how you're managing them as well. And what's the age of your business? The amount of comparable credit that you've been trusted with compared to others, your utilization patterns, your recent inquiry history. That's what determines your limit, not your score. So, I guess let me break this all down for you. What banks are actually looking for in 2026. And I'm going to give you the real data from my research, my clients in 2026 lending patterns, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. The game has completely changed since 2024, 2023. Things that worked back then doesn't work anymore. There are now 9 specific requirements that banks are looking for. I have a couple more, but these are 9 basic ones. The first one is that 700 credit score, the absolute minimum. If you're below 700, you're basically disqualified from the 75 to 150K conversation. 720 is better. 740 is even better than that. Number 2, a 2-year plus LLC is totally critical for you. And here's what's shocking. Brand new LLCs don't work anymore. Banks, they used to approve new LLCs. We had videos on that, but not anymore. Banks want to see 2+ years of LLC history. That's the age. And that's the new standard in 2026. Why is this? It's because banks got burned. They approved way too many new LLCs and it turned out to be shells. So now they're being a little bit more conservative, especially right now's economy. So here's your problem. If you're just starting out, you don't have a 2+ years old of LLC history, what can you do? You can't wait 2 years. You need the capital now. That's where like having age corporations come in. Me personally, and on my community, we have exclusive access to age corporations that are 2+ years old, maybe 5, and they're already established. They already have history, and you can use them immediately. And banks, they do treat them the same as a 2+year old or 5+year old LLC. But this is only exclusive to my clients and school members. Requirement number 3, under 10% overall utilization. How much of your available credit are you using right now? Banks want to see under 10%. Used to be 30%, used to be 20%, now it's 10%. So if you have 20K in total credit limits, you can only use 2K and have it report. That's the new standard. Number 4, under 25% per card utilization. What does this mean? It means it's not just your overall utilization anymore, it's your per card utilization. Banks want to see that you're under 25% utilization on each personal card. So if you have 10K card, you can only use 2.5K. If you have a 5K card, you can only use 1,250. That's the new requirement. Number 5, at least 20K in total credit limits. Nothing has changed here. Banks want to see that you've been trusted with at least 20K in total limits before they give you 75 to 150K. So if you don't have 20K in comparable limits just yet, you need to build that first. It takes 60 to 90 days. Requirement number 6, no more than 5 accounts opened in the last 24 months. So banks, they want to see that you're not desperate. They also want to see you're not spraying applications everywhere. You're being actually selective. So no more than 5 accounts opened in the last 24 months. Remember, that means personal cards. Requirement number 7, 3+ years of personal credit history. 5+ is better, but banks want to see that you have a long credit history. Your oldest account needs to be at least 3 years old. 5 years and older is always better. If your oldest account is at least 3 years old, you're in the or under that, you're in the risky zone. And number 8, at least 3 primary accounts. You need at least 3 credit cards or credit lines that you've been managing for over at least 6 months. Banks, they want to see that you have multiple accounts, that you're not just relying on one card, that you have a diversified credit profile. So, a bonus for you, you could get other loans too and have to help you out. Number 9, bank relationship is required now. This is new. Banks want to see that you have a relationship with them before you apply. You need to open up a business checking account. You need to show operating activity. You need to have a warm relationship with them. You can't just show up and ask for money anymore. It just doesn't work like that. So those are 9 requirements. If you don't have all 9, I'm sorry, but you're not getting 75 to 150K in 2026. That's just reality. But let me give you real examples from some of my clients, and I'm going to show you exactly how the new requirements, how they all play out. So one of my clients, example 1, they have a complete profile, 720 FICO, 2+ year old age corporation, 8% overall utilization. I remember he had 25% and under per card as well. He had a 22K in total limits, 3 accounts opened in the last 24 months, and he had 4 years of his oldest account. He had 4 primary accounts. Banks relationship already established, and based on the new requirements, this profile should get approved for at least 70 to 80% of the time for at least 100K. And that's exactly what happened. He got approved for 120K in just 45 days. Why is this? It's because he had 9 of the requirements all dialed in. Example number 2. This guy, he had missing requirements, so we'll use him as an example. Not going to say his name. 710 FICO, 6-year-old new LLC, 15% utilization. He had 30% per card utilization too. Only 15K in total limits, and 6 accounts opened in the last 24 months. His oldest account is only 2 years, and only 2 prior accounts. No banking relationship. And based on the new requirements, this profile should get approved 5 to maybe 10% of the time. And that's exactly what happened to him. He got denied literally everywhere. Denied, denied, denied. Why is this? It's because he was missing all the requirements. So we told him, you need to fix everything up. We got him an H corporation. We helped him lower his utilization. We helped him build his credit limits. And we also helped him establish bank relationships. We helped him meet all the 9 requirements, except one of them, which is going to be that 524. Then he applied again. He got approved for 75K in 30 days. And the requirements made the difference. Now, let me show you which banks actually care about these requirements. And I'm going to give you real approval odds from 2026 lending patterns. So take some notes here. First one I have is American Express. They do approve from Experian if you're not in the personal with them yet. But for profiles that meet all 9 requirements, like your 720 FICO, LLC H Corporation, under 10% utilization, all that kind of good stuff that we just went over, bank relationship with them is going to be on the personal side of things. And MX approval odds are around 75%, and they give you around 25 to 40K for that. And then next is Chase. They approve from Experian too, sometimes TransUnion, sometimes Equifax. For a profile that meets all 9 requirements, Chase approval odds are around 65 to 80%. These are a little bit conservative, but they give you 30 to 60K. And they're very strict about banking relationship requirements. You need to have a business checking account with them for at least 30 to 60 days before applying. Next, we have Bank of America. They do approve from TransUnion, sometimes Experian. And for a profile that meets all requirements, their approval odds are anywhere from 70 to 85%. And your typical limits for them are going to be 20 to 30K after you combine all multiple cards at once. If you don't know how to do that, watch one of my Bank of America videos. I'll show you exactly how to get approved for Bank of America. Now next, we got Wells Fargo. And Wells Fargo, they approve from Experian. And for a profile that meets all the requirements, they typically approve 60 to 75% of the time, with a limit between anywhere from 14 to 25K, sometimes even 50. And then we have US Bank, they approve from TransUnion. For a profile that meets all requirements, US Bank, they approve 50 to 75%, anywhere from 20 to 40K limits. So the banks care all care about the requirements. And if you don't have all 9 of them, your approval odds drop dramatically. You probably heard me say this before. Now here's a game changer. Age corporations. If you don't have a 2-year-old LLC, you can't get approved anymore, or you get super low limits. And that's the new reality. But we have the exclusive access to age corporations that are 2+ years old. They're already established, they already have history, and you can use them immediately. And banks, they treat them the same as 2+year-old LLCs, as long as you do this correctly. So if you're just starting out or your LLC is less than 2 years old and you need an age corporation, that might be the move for you. That's how you bypass the 2-year-old requirements. It's how you get approved for 75 to 150K right now instead of waiting 2 years. And this is exclusive to only our clients or for our school members too. And this is exclusive to our clients and school members. You can go online and go for age corporations, but I'm not sure if they're sketchy there. And this is what separates us from everybody else. This is why our clients, they get approved while everyone else get denied. So here's what I want you to understand. You're not the problem. Your score is fine. What you need to understand is the 9 requirements, sometimes more. Understand that all 9 base requirements, not 8 out of 10, not 7 out of 10, all 9. And if you don't have all of them, you need to get them totally situated. That's what we do in our program. We analyze your profile against all 9 requirements. We show you what's missing, and we help you get the age corporation if you do need them. We help you establish bank relationships. We help you meet all of our requirements. And when we walk you through the exact sequence, the strategy of it, to get you 75 to 150K, when you have all the requirements done, the same 700 plus score that got you 10K before now gets you 75 to 150K. It's not magic, it's just meeting requirements. So here's what I want you to do right now. Scroll down below, take the Fundabilities quiz. It'll show you exactly where you stand on all of your requirements. It'll show you if you need an age corporation. It'll show you which requirements you're missing. It'll show you if you're approved to come work with our company. And if you meet all 9 requirements, you get my calendar link to book a call. We'll walk through the exact sequence strategy to get you 75 to 150K. And if you don't meet all 9 requirements yet, don't worry about that. We'll show you exactly what to fix, how to fix it, and how long it takes. And if you need an age corporation, we'll set you up with one. So link is in the description below and in the pinned comments below as well. This is Cashflow Ches. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.